Hey there, it's Illy Bailish, and I'm here live at the NIL house. You know, as a Type 4 personality, I'm creative, expressive, and unapologetically myself. And when it comes to these things, Brinks TV ate and left no crumbs. FRNGL with Brinks TV. You'll be happier than ever as you tune into exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. They've got Riz. These shows are bussin'. Bad guy? More like the best guy. Don't let FOMO hit you. Be the coolest person on Insta and DM your followers about all the awesome things you saw on Brinks TV. And get this, they'll even pay you for doing nothing. TBH, when I first heard this, I was sus too. But it's FR. Sign up today and start earning your Brinks bucks just by watching. Brinks TV, if it's not live, it's dead.
Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. On a Friday, you know what I call a Friday? A my day. That's right. You probably at work but ain't working, or you're thinking about the weekend. Your head's in the parking lot, as Coach used to always say. Well, at least your eyes are here on Brinks TV and watching me tell y'all to never shut up. Let's learn some life lessons and talk through sports and entertainment. Cover the media. Like everybody, like they try to cover the media. So let's get into it right now. Dallas Cowboys just hired my homeboy. Now, I shouldn't call him my homeboy the way he treated me. Coach Mike Zimmer, who used to coach the Minnesota Vikings, now coaching the Dallas Cowboys defense. Yes, he was hired as the defensive coordinator. Now, y'all see that jersey back there, right? I wore that jersey. Well, not that jersey, but I wore a jersey like that jersey for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I didn't fill that jersey up like I did with some of them other ones, right? Wasn't my best year, let's just say that. But that doesn't mean I didn't have the best experience in Dallas, as you guys saw on socials. Ran into Jerry Jones. We chopped it up. Still got tremendous respect for him. And I guess, according to his words, he still got love for me, too. Despite that 5.2, he just hooked me up for no reason. Love for Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys and what they do. But we know that they haven't gotten over the hump, and that's what they should be doing. This hire right now by Mike Zimmer, to me, takes that defense to another level. But this don't take my words for it, right? What kind of Dallas Cowboy were you, Marcellus? What you know? What about Michael Irvin? Let's listen to Michael Irvin talk about the hire of Mike Zimmer.
This is what they need in practice. When I heard our head coach stand up at a podium and say, we were not prepared, we're not ready today, that gutted me. Gutted me. You should have been ready right now. You should have known you're going to be ready once you see practice. And the intensity of the practice told you you were not ready. That won't happen with Zim. Zim will call you out, cuss you out. He was going to do everything to get you going. And if he had a Deion Sanders, I know he'll work well with a Trayvon Diggs, because Deion going to help seal this thing together. You know, he's worked with a Charles Haley, so I know he knows what to do with a Micah Parsons. And he's going to call those guys out just like he called out everybody, including me or anybody. That's why I think this is a great hire. Zim, you need that kind of attitude in the practices at the Dallas Cowboys, and I think they've been missing that for quite a while.
Okay, now you heard all that. Now let me add something to that. Because he's right. Michael Irvin knows Mike Zimmer up and down, having to go against his defense in practice every single day. I remind you guys, when you have stiff competition out there, it's worse when it's on your own team. Give you an example. I had to go against Larry Allen when I played Buffalo, San Diego, whatever, one time a year. When he's your teammate in Dallas, every single day. Wednesday, Thursday, even Friday when we in shells, which means we shorts and t-shirts. Larry Allen still, hey, cuz, you good, Wiley? And punching you with 700 pounds of cubic pressure. So it's tougher when you got to see them every day because they're on your team. That's why you sharpen your knife. That's how you do it. So Michael Irvin knows explicitly how this feels. Let me just give you a little color on Mike Zimmer. Because what I loved about Mike Zimmer was he was a calm disciplinarian. You get it? A lot of disciplinarians, even a Bill Parcells, they got some wolf with them, like, rah, you know what I'm saying? You can just see they're selling some tickets too. They a little louder, they got a megaphone, and they're a disciplinarian. Nothing wrong with that. Bill Belichick, a little less than Bill Parcells, but still got it in him as well. Mike Zimmer? Oh, no. He kind of like, so Wade Phillips is a calm preparation coach. Like, all he does is calmly prepare you and then just sits back and let it go, right? Almost like a coil. He pulls it all the way back. Y'all prepared? Let's go. That's Wade Phillips in a positive way. Like, everybody loves Wade Phillips. Not everybody loves Mike Zimmer, but everyone respects Mike Zimmer because he's on the other end of the spectrum because he's more of the disciplinarian. But since he's calm, he still got that love like a Wade Phillips. He keeps it like this. I'll give you a story. So I'm in meetings one time, and the funniest thing about athletes is we lie. The media, we lie. That's why I'm glad athletes are now getting in the media, hopefully to tell the truth. Because, boy, you're sitting there and the media is asking all these questions. So, yeah, what happened last game? Wasn't your best? Loss contained. Was that on you? The responsibility, et cetera. Can you explain yourself? And you sitting there like, well, it's a team effort. We all go out there together. So when things go right, it's all of us. When things go wrong, it's all of us. No, it ain't all of us. Because you get in that meeting room and that red dot that Mike Zimmer got on that laser is on your ass. So I was getting red dotted one day. And Zimmer was like, Wiley, I know it ain't because you're not smart enough. At least that's what I hear. I mean, you went to one of them schools, right? Didn't you go to one of them schools? Anyway, I know it ain't because you're not smart enough. So if you're smart enough to know the defense and what you're supposed to do, it ain't nothing worse than when you're getting red dotted and the dot just doing this on you. He's like, and let me see this. If you know what to do, I'm assuming, right? That means you just can't do it. I was like, damn, box me in. Because frankly, it was like, nah, Zimmer, put your seatbelt on. This car coming down the hill right now. And he called me out in that moment. That's one of the highlights of my experience with Mike Zimmer because he keeps it real. He ain't trying to clown you. He calmly disciplining you and the team. Now, how's this going to affect all of the Dallas Cowboys? Dallas Cowboys don't get over the hump, not because they can't. Catch this? They have the talent, right? So it's something between the ears, emotionally, right? Something between the ear and their preparation. Something up here that's keeping them from getting over that hump. Well, Mike Zimmer in the building now with the talent that they have, I'm going to say his name, Dak Prescott. All right, here y'all. They are going to get over this hump. Watch this. Because y'all got to admit, the Cowboys offense was clicking last year. You got to admit, it was good to see Mike McCarthy call the plays. Admit it. Because y'all were doubting it. Even though he already got a Super Bowl championship. He already got the resume. So with that offense, and we still ain't went through free agency, draft, you get you a diamond in the rough, plus guys mature, guys get better. With that offense and that defense playing well when they need to, and this team being emotionally prepared, because Mike Zimmer ain't going to let that happen. One thing about Zimmer, because especially a former head coach now, he going to walk around with so many stripes looking at them guys like, this ain't it. This is not it. So I think the Dallas Cowboys made a tremendous hire for somebody who told me straight up, stop looking out that window, look in the mirror. It's on you, Wiley. I think now he's going to do the same thing for the Dallas Cowboys. So tell me what y'all think of the hires, defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. Do y'all even know Mike Zimmer like that? Do y'all respect Mike Zimmer like that? I do, certainly. And do you guys feel the same level of excitement as Michael Irvin? Or are you like, you more Stephen A? There go those Cowboys. They're going to find a way to mess it up. All right, y'all, let's talk about this. Speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, one of their star players, Micah Parsons, who is living life really fast right now. Want to know how I know? Because I watch him play. But I also saw him in Vegas. And, this take makes sense after what I saw in Vegas. And I ain't seen much. I saw Micah Parsons. We were at NFL Honors, talked to him for a sec. Real like, but even in that moment, I guess because I've been there, I knew, I was like, oh, life coming at him fast. Now, here's the thing when life comes at you fast, like anything when it comes at you fast, you're not able to properly process it, right? Nothing wrong with you. It's just too much coming at you too fast, right? You're moving too fast. That's why they have speed limits. Not because you're a bad driver, it's just if you go to a certain speed, no matter what kind of driver you are, you're putting yourself in harm's way. Simple as that. Well, Micah Parsons, being a superstar, is finding himself in some interesting places. in harm's way, I guess, as he wants to call this. So I heard Micah Parsons talk about, and he wrote about, what's he supposed to do? And he was talking about fans and the fan experience. He was getting off of a plane. I guess he was at the airport. And he said how many fans were there with those mini helmets. Now, for y'all who don't know what mini helmets are, those are the dudes, these are adult men, like older than you, way older than you, and they're like autograph seekers to sell them. They all sell them, right? But some collect them, but most of them sell them. And they just everywhere, especially Super Bowl, etc. You go somewhere big, you go somewhere where they know football is going to happen, your ass about to get attacked. Now, I'm only here to help. I'm getting out the criticizing game. It doesn't do well with me and my spirit. Too much good going on in my life, and I get on the show or see these fools say something, and I got to criticize them. Let Cat Williams handle them. I got jokes for everybody, though. I'll get you that way, but I'm trying to get out that whole critical game. So I'm going to do the help game, right? Let me help Micah Parsons with one sentence, because I heard him complaining. I heard him saying, oh, it sounds like a woe is me. First of all, yo ass. Of anybody out here right now, we don't want to hear from Micah Parsons that life is rough, right? That's just how we all feel. You ain't got to be a common person, a layman, working at the construction site to say that. I'm a former athlete. I'm a media personality. I am who I am. Y'all know who I am. And even I am like, dog, shut up. Because I used to be the same way in the locker room when my boys used to complain stuff like this. Because I came from a small school. Maybe that was my perspective that was different than theirs. They were used to big business football. So they complaining, oh, man, I got to do another interview. What you got to do? Sports Illustrated. Man, damn. I got to take these pictures for Sports Illustrated cover. Then I got to do 2 more interviews, and then 60 minutes later. Man, damn. Let me just help him with one sentence. This was my neutralizer for any moments, including myself, when I used to get high on my horse. Usually mentally. I ain't let it come out. But it was going through my head like, oh. I hit myself with this. It beats the alternative. Y'all know what I just said? Do y'all hear what I just said? It beats the alternative. Oh, you tired of 2,000 people waiting outside for your autograph? You want to try the alternative? Nobody wants your autograph. Nobody care your ass is there. Nobody takes notice of you. Ooh, now, remember this. I was a guy into my senior year in college. They wasn't even talking about me going to the pros. Real talk. Nowhere. There ain't a document in this world you can find from my junior year at Columbia or before that said I was a pro player. So anybody who says that lied. Y'all know who I'm talking about, them. So anyway, it's my senior year and all of a sudden it goes 0 to 100 real quick. So now I'm going from like being a normal person playing football to a prospect. I noticed the change. I noticed the difference. And I also noticed how people who already were used to that changed and acted different. Dog, why are you so cocky? Why are you so conceited? They just want your autograph. Ain't that serious? Now, I will admit, you got a limit. I ain't signing 2,000, but I will sign as many as I can with the time I got. Stop bitching. Stop complaining. Do it and get out of it. Get in, get out. Oh, you got complaints? It beats the alternative. And they look at me like, you're right. All right. In this world right now, what I notice is we know on social media, attention is currency. We also notice in the streets, attention is currency. Case in point. You ever just walk around and see people with a gang of piercings? Peacocking, as I call it, we call it. Gang of piercings. Orange hair, blonde hair, mohawks, tattoos everywhere. You want to find one common thread in all of that. No clothes on. The newest J's that they walk in flat so nobody can step on them and they can't scuff them. And Rolls Royce drop. Look, I'm guilty too. Ferrari drop. Like, you know what all of that is about? Attention. Why do you want attention? Not everybody wants attention because they just want people to look at them. No. What you want attention for is to be noticed. In this world of 8 billion plus, we just want to be noticed. Oh, you don't want attention? You want to be noticed. Oh, you don't want to be noticed? You want to be heard. Oh, You want to be seen. Caught your ass, huh? Everybody wants to be known, seen, etc. So everything that I just said is nothing but an attention icebreaker. All it is to say, hey, I'm here too. Now, when you're an athlete, when you're a star, when you're somebody that everyone notices and recognizes, when I go out and people say, hey, Marcellus, you know how blessed I am for that? I give you the best example. Because I don't have to walk up to everybody, introduce myself. Y'all know about cold calls. How about cold handshakes? Hey, nice to meet you. My name is Tim Witherspoon. Nice meeting you, Tim. Hey, what's going on, man? I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm here to just enjoy it like you guys are, too. What you guys drinking? Oh, no, man. My boy got me something, Tim. I don't know. Versus, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Marcellus? How you doing, man? What you drinking? Hey, Marcellus? I never take that for granted. I run a foundation, right? And literally, I know a lot of other founders of foundations. Some way bigger than mine. Some not as big as mine. You know what I notice? What they always tell me? Damn, dog, you can get anybody number in here. Like the CEO of some company, some dude just walk in here and talk about, yeah, man, I just volunteered somewhere. No matter what the spectrum, no matter who the people, I can meet them. And it's not a cold handshake. That's what Micah needs to understand. One, everything you're going through, it beats the alternative. And two, you got warm, if not hot handshakes everywhere you go. Take it in and take it as the blessing it is. If not, all right, big dog, you know what they say when your feet get off the ground too long? Your ass gonna start floating. So that lady that was bothering you, tell her no thanks. And this is one thing to help us all. You gotta learn to say no without guilt. People don't do that well. They struggle through that, and that's why they complain, because they feel guilty. And then they have that mental tug of war of, they were wrong. Nah, I was feeling a little bad too. I feel guilty. Now, I wasn't wrong, was I? And you having all this inner turmoil. You have to learn to weaponize the word no without guilt. When I heard that, I was like 24. Somebody told me that around that age. And I was like, because, you know, you're getting too many ticket requests. You know, everybody want to go hang. And you got to learn to say no, and that's it. My wife going through that right now. And it's so funny. She's like, I can't do it, baby. I can't do it. I was like, all right, you can't go. That's it. Take it off the calendar or take it out your head. But stop talking about it. You're not going. I know, but stop saying it, because that butt is going to beat your ass up. And next thing you know, you're going to be somewhere you don't want to be. Micah Parsons, got one thing to help you, big dog. Take it all in. It beats the alternative. So tell me what y'all think of Micah Parsons' tweet and the sound and all that kind of stuff. I know it sounded real cocky, or it sounded like, I know, but I ain't want to take it that angle. That's too typical. There's a deeper layer to it, because we all want that. We all want what Micah getting, and then when you get it, it's so crazy, ain't it, that people always trip on it. That's why more money, more problems. Because what you want, you get, and then you don't even truly appreciate it. You're not grateful for it. Then you get caught up in that cycle, get caught up in that loop. All right, y'all, let me know what y'all think about that. Beat it up in the comments. Last but not least, let's beat this up. Oh, my God. So Gilbert Arenas, my homie. And don't y'all ever get it twisted, okay? No matter what I disagree with Gilbert, because he say a lot, and he say some stuff I agree with. Most stuff I agree with. Some stuff I don't. And I will tell Gilbert. And I will tell y'all. Gilbert said, and it was a headline, depression in athletes, right? And he was talking about how, you know, former players, basketball players, are depressed when they're done playing. Or most of them are. And I disagreed even with most. I know he didn't say all, and then it was like most, or this is how. And I disagree with even how. But I want y'all to hear first. Gilbert Arenas talking about athletes and depression.
To be honest, it's difficult. You've been pampered since you was skilled, right? AAU, college, right? High school, like you've been put on a pedestal. When they got to college, somebody was doing their homework, somebody was doing their laundry, and then you get to the NBA, you on your own for the first time, trying to figure out how to be an adult with all the money in the world. Now, when you're done, most players didn't have plan Bs. We sitting around trying to work out, and then it becomes a depression because everything we know left. So most guys' habits, those bad habits, drugs and gambling, that happens usually when they're done because they're trying to fill the void of practice and games. The first year, you don't notice it. When reality kicks in that you ain't going back no more, now it's like, who are you? I don't know. I've been a basketball player since I was 10. 20-something years of being a basketball player. Rules, structure, this. Now you're saying, all right, have fun. Now you're trying to figure out how to be a dad. Yeah, you as a dad in the NBA, but what does that really look like? You're playing games at night, they're asleep, you get home, you're traveling, you're gone 14 days, you come back. You the dude that's interrupting their lives. So being a father for the first time, our competitiveness, that's what gets triggered. That's where the depression comes in because we don't have the locker room to talk no more. We don't have the practice. Where's our aggression gonna happen? Now we talking to a girl looking at us like we ain't no more. You ain't got no games that they watch these kids. Well, that resume is old now. Most of our problems come when we're done because we have to try to reinvent ourselves from the person we was since we was little.
That's real shit.
Okay, I know y'all sitting there like, get your popcorn. How you gonna disagree with what he just said, Marcellus? Well, let me say this. First, he said a lot of strong things there. He talked about an athlete experience that is not typical now. Remember this. It's not typical for you to be the stud from little grade school guy, go to college, not doing your work, just playing ball, not thinking about anything else, and then all of a sudden get dropped on your head when it's time to retire or kicked out the league. That's not normal. That is the story that is normal. That is the narrative of it's normal. But y'all need to meet some more athletes. If y'all ever met athletes for real, like go to the symposiums, NFL rookie symposiums, and then NFL veteran legends clubs, and NBA All-Stars this weekend, right? Like go there and don't go just party. Go make a right at the convention center and make a left into that big ballroom. And then look in there. There's going to be a lot of athletes in there. And you know what? They ain't just talking about popping bottles and then when the league is over. They talking about life as an active player and life after ball. Okay. So he said a lot of strong things, but a couple things I took issue with. One, at the core of all those scenarios and all the issues that he just labeled, it started off without an identity, a proper identity. Proper identity should have been, I am playing basketball, but that's not what it is. Not in his scenarios. It was, they were basketball players. I did not walk into the NFL and say, I'm a football player. I said, I'm in the NFL and I play football. I am going to use this as a means to an end to get to right now in front of y'all. I am going to use football because one, it ain't forever, so why in the hell you think you're that? Two, no matter what you do, it's not you. Wileyism. Whatever you do, it's not you. So expression of you. It's a slice of you. It's a piece of you. You way more than what you do. Come on, man. This is like 8th grade. But it's so crazy. You're right, Gilbert. Most cats don't believe this. Or most cats, see, this is what I hate. Oh, well, you wasn't that kind of star, so that's why. No, fool, I was, people. I was a beast. I was a beast. Guess what? I just made choices different because I was like, wait a minute. No matter how great you are in football, it ends when? 30, 35, 40, 3 years in the league? If you go to Vegas and they're like, yeah, you roll the dice 3 times. You may win once, but we going to win twice. Basically, we going to win. House rules. Why are you sitting down? The club open. Go back to your room. Why are you sitting down? You know they're going to take your money. Come on, man. So I'm like, I know the league is going to chew me up, spit me out. And that's not negative. It's just while they chewing, I better get all the flavor and juice that's around me. CEO here, platform there, money there, love here. So anyway, these guys, they swear they're so famous when they're in junior high and high school that they didn't even think about school. You in school longer than you on the football field. You in school longer than you on the basketball court. And you ain't thinking about school? You go to school 8 in the morning to 3 p.m. That's 7 hours. You go to practice from 4 to 6. And between there, you lifted weights at 8. 3 hours. Stop playing with me. Oh, no. But then we miss class. Okay. Every class is 2.5 times what you doing on the football field or basketball court. Oh, no. But the homies, see, parents, kids, Do better. Throw the excuses out the window. You got to be greater than your greatest excuse. There's no excuse when you are a student athlete to forget the first word. You're a student. Anyway, they forget their identity. So they think they're the ball. They think that they're the ball player instead of playing ball. Then what happens? I don't care how good you are. You're not playing ball forever. But you can use this forever, right? You can use everything else. So that was interesting. I just wanted to point out. And the other thing was, because you didn't have the proper identity, without identity, you're going to feel lost because you don't know who you are. You thought you were a ball. I still don't understand this. How do you think you're a ball, y'all? That ball don't care about you. Like, y'all, no matter how you want to cut it, you didn't have to be a nerd. You could be the most baller dude ever. You do know that ball deflates. What do you think going to happen to you? Crazy. So, the other issue I had with this, and I need y'all help on this one, because I could be really harsh at times. Y'all know me. But I'm harsh on myself first, critical of myself first. I wear it with a smile, I laugh at my pain. But at the same time, I hold myself to these high standards. Second issue I have is the definition of depression. Why do I have that? Because it just sounded like to me that Gilbert in this topic was cheapening the word depression. I don't know about y'all and what you guys have done, but I used to work at a homeless resource youth center. So obviously working there in the facilities, but also connected to hospitals and going into hospitals and working with kids and working with adults that suffered from depression. Okay, so as you look up the word depression, it says a group of conditions associated with the elevation or lowering of a person's mood, such as depression or bipolar disorder, right? Okay, and now I was taught a long time ago that you can't use the word in the definition. I would have got an F if I wrote that, what my teacher just read. But that's what they have as the definition of depression. Okay, what is the depression simple definition? A constant feeling of sadness and loss of interest which stops you doing your normal activities. That's depression. And there are different types. Okay. So what has happened now is because we don't have absolutes, we have relative. Someone who is severely depressed, we would say, is at that top of that spectrum. And then someone else who just goes in and out with these mood issues and disorders and deep, lighter depression, we would say is not severely depressed. They're just depressed, right? And what I define depression is like, look, there's a big difference between you don't know what to do next, so therefore you don't feel good about it, and you're depressed because you're depressed. Stop using conditions to affect you because you're greater than those conditions. Guess this? So I know people who say that they're depressed. And as I'm listening, trying to give them that empathetic ear, I'm saying, so what if things went well? A lot of people say, you sound harsh. You're blaming the victims. They're depressed. Leave them alone or help them or shut up. I say this. Okay, so so your depression is condition-based. Yeah, aren't they all? No, not all. Some people are wired where they're predisposed to depression, right? We know it. Okay, so it's not about conditions. Oh, it is. Let me tell you this. You're depressed because this is not happening for you. What if it did? Do you know, you ever sit in bed and just go through scenarios of your life? Most of them negative and most of them repetitive. How many times you go through positive instances in your life and they're repetitive? Like, oh my God, this gonna happen, and this gonna happen, and this gonna happen, and this gonna happen. Oh my God, this gonna. Nope, most of the time you're thinking, oh man, and then, oh dang, they're already proving that. Here's the second thing. This is my experience, I always tell them. I was like, okay, so these conditions, if they flipped, you would feel better. I mean, I guess, but for real, I'm depressed right now, so I don't even know. I'm just depressed. You ever see somebody in Vegas at the tables getting their head beat in? I wouldn't walk up to them and say they're depressed, but let's just say, according to this definition, they a little off their normal mood. What happens when they hit them? Let's go. And then you watch them. They're gone. They leave the tables. They're upstairs. Put some in the safe. Come back down. All right. Now where we going tonight? You're not depressed no more? All I'm saying is let's hold ourselves to a different standard. Let's not group ourselves with everybody. Some people can't help themselves. Those that can help themselves need to find a different way to define it. Because, dog, you did this too. So that's all I wanted to say about that. The second issue is like the proper definition of depression, because it's very loose and a lot of people group themselves in there. And I think they're doing themselves a disservice because they could easily be somewhere else, or they could easily look at their conditions differently, or just wait, persevere. Your conditions will change. And then all of a sudden you ain't depressed no more. So let's just talk through that situation. Beat it up in the comments. I know. Mental health is like physical health. You got to put the work in. Oh, man, I ain't got no muscles. Fool, you don't lift weights. You got to put the work in. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think about Gilbert, what you think about me. I thought at first he was just completely lying. Then I was like, nah, he's actually right. But there's some lefts in there too. So be up in the comments what you think about what I said and everything else. Coming up next on Never Shut Up, we're going to funk up some comments, hit you with a Wileyism, Dipset. All right, we're going to get up out of here next on Brinks TV, Brinks and Reach TV. Oh, look at me. I'm moving fast. Come on. Man, I need to lose a layer or two. Some chunks. Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy, Marcellus Wiley. Welcome back, I should say. Let's change the order. Let's go to projecttransition.org first, man. Got to take care of these itty bitties in the community. Got some great partnerships going up. Man, I may be a recruiter. I just hooked up my old coach, hopefully with a new job. Really, just going to my boy's happy birthday, 50th birthday party, my boy JB, my ace. Crazy, right? I was just sitting there and he's like, yo, you know so-and-so still? I was like, yeah, that's my guy. And I was like, all right. He's like, we looking. I was like, all right, let's do it. And I've been brokering the deal. I don't even want nothing out of it. I just want my coach to be coaching like that. All right, love for that. What else we got going on here? Brinks TV, that's right. 1,000 free Brinks bucks for all y'all out there. Make sure you log on. Just go check it out. It's crazy. Next level technology. We got all that going on. And, of course, WileyWins.com. We got to compete, man. Put some bets in. Do something. You see Bet US down there? That projecttransition.org, that rectangle right there, too. Gonna hook them up. All right, let's funk up some comments. Yeah. Y'all look forward to this. Me, too. This is our way to correspond, right? Talk with you, not at you. Funk up response. Here we go. Oh, I got a burp. No, my pushback is ones that didn't get born with size, not able but still got skill is dumb. Not talking about ones that can't play, but it got to be you gain, so let others gain. I don't know what the hell you talking about. I can't even respond to that. What? Not one gun law would have prevented what happened. It's not a gun problem. It's a people problem. Chicago has the strictest gun laws in the country, yet they have 20 to 30 shootings every weekend. Man, didn't know if Chicago had the strictest laws. They should, but regardless, mass shootings, man, I'm telling you, you call them mass shootings, but I know where I grew up and where I've seen a lot of shootings all the time. And to me, it's the same reason. People are sick and people are punks. You pick your category if you're doing all this crime and craziness. You just don't respect your life. Like I told you, I went to talk to those juvenile hall kids, man. I get it. We all get to that place in our heads where you see white, you see black, you see red. Like, who ain't got mad like that before? You ain't lived if you ain't got mad like that before. But in that moment is when you actually have to show whatever level of intelligence, smarts, or sense you possess. Not because you're that intelligent, not because you're that smart, not because you make that much sense. Like, right? You ain't gotta be that sensical. Here's the thing. if you don't handle this moment right, it's a wrap. All that future that you were thinking about, gone. It's going to be altered to the fullest. And worse, you may not have no future. So we were talking about this yesterday. We were talking about with Shannon Sharp and Mike Epps, their little beef, and I guess they squashed it. Good job, guys. But somebody asked me, and I said, you know what I don't like? That people play with beef, and it turned, I think Mike Epps was like, tat, 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 acting like it was a gun, and then Shannon at first was like, I'm going to beat him up, or implying that, like, I'll put hands on him, whatever he said. Both implying either handwork or plastic wear, you know what I mean? And I was like, you know what I've always used as a rule? That if you really from it, you never play around with it. You get it? Because if you really from it, you know how them jokes, how that play could get real, hella fast. So what you playing for? Oh, you not happy you escaped it? You not happy that you ain't around it still? Oh, you trying to flirt with it so you can seem hard and tough and don't mess with me? Dudes crack me up, man. Dudes be cracking me up. Dudes really want to, ain't nobody scared of you. Dog, there are guns out here. Why do I gotta be scared of you? Dog, do you understand? People gotta understand this. And I'm talking foolish right now for the fools. Ain't nobody tough. Ain't nobody tough. Because if I scare you to a point you don't want to fight me, that doesn't mean you still ain't gonna harm me. You get it? That's our gun issue. Punks. Oh, I can't beat him up. So, I'm just going to kill him or I'm going to shoot him. That's the punk. Because if you were real, you will walk up to him, not even want to hit him. Certainly not want to shoot him. And you say, hey, bro, you know that issue? I've done that several times. And then people think you the punk because you walk up there talking. When you're really the realest. Because you're like, bro. And I give you a great example. And this is going to be from left field, but y'all got to walk with me. Y'all remember when Birdman went to the Breakfast Club and started almost crying and was like that and, and just walked out and everybody clowned Birdman? You know what I said to myself? I was like, they don't understand who just walked in there. That dude in his head had to use all of his restraint not to get this handled. And he kind of told him too, like, yeah, I walked up on you, seen you somewhere before. I thought that wasn't right. That was gangster. It's like, what? All I'm saying is, dog, the one who's sitting there shaking like, oh, damn near in tears and just like, put some respect on my name and walk out is way harder than tat, tat, tat. Or, hey, if I see him, I'll put these. Y'all missed the moment there. That dude's something. That dude was different. Anyway. All y'all out there, gun control laws, etc. Look, we got to try and figure out not the gun control law, people control law. Who is sick and who's a punk? Help me with that. I need that test. I need that standardized punk test. I can't even run it because I'm going to get into 90%. And the other 10%, that ain't right. Shouldn't call him a punk. All right, here we go. Jay-Z, I appreciate your words. We overcomplicate very real shit for dumb reasons. Yeah, that's what Confucius said. He said, life is simple. We just make it a habit, make it our duty to make it complicated. Of course. Look, with Jay-Z, he broke that thing down, and I hated it. I hated going around my family, and I looked like a bank. I looked like an institution to them instead of just they little teddy bear. But that's how the game goes. I bet the players feel a bit of guilt. Like if we would have just lost to Baltimore or San Francisco, this would have never occurred, the cost of life of celebration. I understand and know they are not responsible at all, but the thought probably has crossed their mind. Interesting. So survivor's remorse, you're saying. Some players may have been like, damn, if we didn't win the championship game, we wouldn't have been at the parade. We didn't have a parade here, then somebody wouldn't have got killed and these people wouldn't have got shot. I can't say no to that. I can just tell you if I were in that position, I wouldn't have thought that. Well, I can't say I wouldn't have thought that. I would have said, nah, that's not the right thought. It's an irrational thought. You got to learn not to blame yourself, bruh. Like, dog, everything ain't your fault. But you got to deal with it, right? We saw this yesterday. Little kids, martial arts class, my little kid is Taekwondo. And so, in Taekwondo, really disciplined. And once class starts, if you come late, you got to do push-ups and you got to ask to be allowed to do the class. You got to go up to Master Kim, say, sir, may I be allowed to play in your class? May I be allowed to perform today, right? And my wife said, oh, that's not right to the kids. And I felt that. I thought the same thing when I first saw it. I've seen it before. And I was like, yeah, but then I corrected my thought. See, we got to learn to correct our thoughts. Thoughts come from everywhere. You don't own your thoughts, right? They come. But then you pick the ones you want. Those are the ones you own. You don't own the ones that enter. You own the ones you keep. So I'm looking around and I'm like, yeah, it may have created some. She was like, it creates anxiety in the kids. That's not their fault. They weren't the reason that they're late. Their parents were. They drove them here. They were running late, whatever. I was like, yeah. But then the kid was doing push-ups and asked and was disciplined and locked in. I said, yeah, but I'd rather what they're getting right now, which is accountability. You ain't always at fault, but you're going to be the one they blame. You ever been there? You ever been there? Mama, that's your class. I know I'm late, but they only looking at you when you walk in there late. So you got to learn. Sometimes it ain't your fault, but you the one to blame. So I just saw that lesson happen yesterday. Same thing from your comments. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we finish every show with a Wileyism. Yeah. Look at me. I spin. I did the whole thing. Step from success to significance. Ooh. Somebody hit me with this about a week ago. I think I was on a conference call. Oh, yeah, we're talking about the transition they made in life. And it was properly said because it terms what I've been doing. They were like, step from success to significance. When I'm out and about, a lot of people be like, damn, dog, why you leave Fox? Or they be like, damn, dog, why you don't do the sports media stuff like you used to? Max and Marcellus, people still walking to me every day talking about, man, why you and Max go off the air? I was like, dog, what year was that? Point is, I get it. It's all love. I don't act like Micah Parsons. I act like, yeah, I get it. But here's the thing. You got to step from success to significance. And that's not backwards. And that's not lower. That's the next step. You got to have that impact with success. And you can't have impact without success, right? Like, think about it. In significance, I know a lot of people think, oh, here you go, about to sell lunches and brown paper bags and backpacks, and there goes Marcellus. Significance already umbrellas success. Because can you have impact without success? Don't think so. Pretty tough, right? Like if something is losing, are you about to be impact? Are you about to learn? You're going to learn. You're going to say, I ain't doing that. You're going to learn not to do that. Get it? So when people get successful, this is why you see a lot of people give back. You see a lot of people about face and say, all right, let me just share. You see the initiative fund that they have where a lot of executives are donating their earnings to the communities. Why? Because they're stepping from success to significance. And they still are successful. But now they're like, I got to make sure this, what I ever got, whatever cocktail they serve me, I got to say, drinks on me. Everybody have one. Why not? It's a lot of room up there. So y'all in your life, I get it. Y'all winning. Y'all may be tied. Some of y'all losing. Whatever it is. Look at yourself, appreciate yourself, and then take that next step from success to significance. That'll do it for today's episode of Never Shut Up. My bacon neck didn't come out too much. It was trying to creep out of there. Love for you guys. What y'all got going this weekend? I'm about to go play some pickleball today, pickleball tomorrow. I got my kids. All right, don't tell my kids. I am taking them to Monster Jam. They don't know. They say, what's a hint, Daddy? Give me a hint. I say, vroom, vroom. They get mad. Daddy, tell me. I say, if you get mad at a surprise, there will be no more surprises. Enjoy. Wait for it. The suspense and anticipation killing them little itty bitties. Love for you guys and wish us well tonight. Our championship game in basketball. We're going for back-to-back championships. Yes. Hopefully we can get it. Go get it, itty bitties. Love for you guys. Have an amazing weekend. Go get it. Go get it.
Stage a lot faster. Oh, I'm so honored. I'm so inspired to be here, and thanks Shine Global for this award, to be recognized for doing the right thing, to be recognized for doing good things, and trying to inspire others for their own greatness. I'm just a kid from Compton who, at an early age, had to look inside to find my opportunities, because on the outside, there were so many whispers and sometimes yells of, I couldn't make my dreams a reality. And thought that was very unfortunate, but I was thankful that I never internalized that chorus that was around me. I was a kid that understood that you had to be greater than your greatest excuse. And I had a lot of excuses. I had a lot of reasons to have self-doubt. But I was able to develop my inner power, discover that inner power, and make sure that I showed the world exactly who I wanted to be. And it was really simple for me. It was to make my dreams a reality. There was nothing more to it. And as I now stand here, just a few miles from where I grew up, where that adversity still is strong, and as we see through these movies, that it's worldwide, not just in our locale. You see the suffering, you see the gangs, you see the drugs, you see the poverty. And there's always one common escape. It's that inner power, it's that ambition. It's having a voice that's louder than those surrounding voices. And I'm on a mission, a global mission, to make sure that that inner power inspires all to not only give, but to receive the blessings that come from giving. And I'm up here right now as a guy who's challenging everyone to give their 3 T's. That's time, that's talent, and that's treasure. Human capital, financial, whatever it may be. Let's invest in each other, because we all have to coexist here together. And as I look around and I have a foundation that really inspires these kids to become their greatest version of themselves, and to look in the mirror to make sure that they're greater than their greatest excuse. It gives me my greatest passion. I was a kid who wanted to be a school teacher, but because of my height, weight, and speed, I became a football player. So I took that helicopter ride up as high as I could, but as I was ascending, I never forgot that I was once one of those fork-in-the-road kids who was shot at many times, who had to navigate around adversity every single day, who had to waste so much of his brain power just trying to get home every day. And so many experiences that sometimes you become desensitized to. But in reality, that is someone else's reality. So I'm so thankful to stand in front of all of you guys as an example of the kids that we're trying to affect, the underserved, the underprivileged, those who are told that their hardships are greater than who they are. But hopefully we can inspire them all to look inward, because everything they want out there is already in here. Appreciate you guys.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook, where you can bet on everything, anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right. Get a 125% sign-up bonus, and to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we're giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.